It was a quiet evening in the city. Neon lights buzzed against the night sky, painting the streets in shades of violet and blue. The sidewalks were crowded with people rushing home, cars honking, advertisements flashing. To everyone else, it was just another night in 2025. But for Mira, the world always felt strangely distant. Mira was 23, an ordinary girl in an extraordinary world that never slowed down. To her friends, she was the bookworm, the one who would skip parties to finish a chapter, the one who loved stories of the past more than the noise of the present. She worked a simple job at a publishing house, shelving manuscripts no one else wanted to read. Her days were quiet, her nights lonelier than she ever admitted. Yet, she carried herself with a calm grace, as though waiting for something she could never name. She wasn't searching for fame or fortune or anything the city promised with its bright lights. What she longed for was harder to explain, a connection, a meaning, perhaps even a place where she truly belonged. Sometimes, late at night, she would imagine herself walking through a different time, a different story, a life where she was more than just a face in the crowd.
Hey, yeah, I'm on my way now. The bookstore texted me. The book I ordered finally came in, so I'll just pick it up before heading home.
Of course you are. Who else runs to a bookstore at night like it's an emergency?
You know me. I'd never sleep if I didn't get it tonight. I've been waiting weeks for this one.
What's it about this time? Please don't say another history brick that'll put me to sleep.
Excuse me? History is fascinating. But no, it's not a brick. It's a memoir about a queen, actually. Her life, her struggles, the choices she had to make for her kingdom.
Of course. Leave it to you to spend Friday night with royalty instead of real people.
Royalty never cancels plans at the last minute. Unlike certain friends I know.
Fair point. Still, I don't get how you connect with all those old stories. It's like you live half in the past.
Maybe I do. The past feels slower, quieter. Sometimes I think it has more to teach us than all this noise around us.
Spoken like a true old soul. Anyway, don't stay out too late. The city's not as romantic as the books you read.
Don't worry. I'll grab my book and head straight home. Promise. I'll text you once I'm in.
Good. Enjoy your date with your queen's memoir.
Ha ha ha, see you.
Her voice was casual, ordinary, just another evening errand. But fate doesn't announce itself. It hides in the smallest of choices. A step slower, a glance sideways, and a life can change forever. As Mira ended the call, her steps slowed. Ahead, on the corner of the street, sat an old man. His clothes were torn, his eyes sunken, and his hands clutched his stomach as if every breath hurt. People passed him by without a glance, their faces cold under the neon glow. But Mira stopped. For a moment, she simply watched him, debating with herself. Then, with a small sigh, she reached into her bag, pulling out the only food she had left, a sandwich wrapped in paper. The old man lifted his head slowly. His eyes met hers, tired, yet shimmering with gratitude. And then, with a voice that trembled but carried an odd weight, he whispered words Mira would never forget.
The smallest kindness. When you give with a true heart, even the walls of time learn to open.
His words. For a man she had just met, his eyes seemed to look straight through her, as if he carried a secret only she wasn't ready to hear.
Those are strange words. What do you mean by that?
You'll know soon enough. Time reveals its doors only when it chooses.
I don't understand. Are you saying something will happen to me?
Not just happen. You'll find yourself where you never thought you could be. And when it does, you will remember me.
Mira's stomach nodded. His tone was gentle, but heavy with meaning. Too heavy for a chance encounter on a busy street.
Wait, what are you trying to tell me? Why me?
You'll know soon, and we'll meet again, sooner than you think.
His laughter echoed softly against the neon night, fading into the crowd until he disappeared like smoke. Mira stood frozen, clutching her bag, unsure if she had just helped a hungry old man or brushed against something far greater. Mira shook her head, trying to laugh it off. Weird old man, she thought, but the weight of his words clung to her like fog, refusing to leave. She crossed the street. The city felt louder, sharper, every car horn, every flicker of light pressing her thoughts away. She reached the bookstore. A bell jingled overhead. The familiar sight of books filled the air and comforting. She wandered the aisles absent-mindedly, brushing her fingers against shelves magazines. The whole bookstore is filled with flyers of the new book's launch. She stood near a board where she saw a photograph pinned to a rack among faded postcards and second-hand prints. A boy, a young prince, holding his mother's hand. The caption read, Prince Adrian, with Queen Ilara, 2000. Mira froze. Something about the boy's eyes, wide, sad, yet strong, pulled at her chest like invisible threads. She didn't know him. She couldn't know him. And yet, she felt as though she'd been standing beside him all along. The store's hum dimmed. The clock on the wall ticked slower, until silence swallowed the air. Mira's breathing echoed loud in her ears. A whisper, faint, almost not hers, stirred in her mind. Doors even time cannot close. Her fingers trembled. Against every instinct, she reached out and touched the photo. The world shattered. Light spilled through cracks in reality, and the store dissolved into shards of glass and starlight. She fell, weightless, into a tunnel of swirling stars, her scream swallowed by silence. And in that single heartbeat, the world Mira knew vanished, carrying her into a story that had already begun 25 years before.